You are listening to the Disney Dreamgirls podcast, and this is show number 193 for the 21st of January 2018.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to the Disney Dreamgirls. My name is Michelle Young, and with me I have my wonderful good buddy, that girl from Derby. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle, and how are you, my darling?
I'm doing really well. How's things with you in Derby?
A bit cold, but I don't think quite as cold as you, so I'm not going to moan about the weather.
The thing is, right, I've seen pictures from all over the place over the last few days of people and their snow pictures.
Yes.
You know, there's the Canadian snow, which comes up to your waist.
Yes.
Do they moan? No, they just get on with it.
Of course they do.
There's the American snow. That comes up to their knees. Do they
Yes.
moan? No,
No.
they're still going to work every day, back and forth. We get enough snow just to maybe cover the sole of your shoe. The country comes to a standstill.
Obviously.
And literally, people are taking 4 hours to do a 15-minute journey.
Yeah, we're good, aren't we, with the weather, us British?
We're not geared up for it. We're really not.
Not really at all, no.
But yeah, fun and games. But we said on the last show we recorded together that we weren't going to be doing a review show. But Jayne, what are you actually looking forward to in 2018?
Oh, what, in life in general, or should we take it with a bit of a Disney twist? I suppose we better take it with a Disney twist, really.
It can be personal, it can be Disney, it's anything that you've got going on, because I know for a fact that the kiddie winkles are getting older and moving on.
Yeah, they're not moving out, though. That's a problem.
Well, true. We need to give them a bit more of a shove.
Yeah. Well, I am kind of looking forward, and just as a slight aside for that, my eldest, who is at university, very clever young man, I will give him that. But it's going to be really interesting come September of this year, because come September, he has to do a year's work placement. Ooh. He's going to get a really big dose of what it's like to be out in the real world, and I'm so looking forward to it. That's really mean, isn't it? I do apologise. He won't listen to this, that's fine. So that's kind of one thing that I'm looking forward to.
Well, if you bear in mind that I've sort of hung out with your family quite a bit, and I think after about 5-6 years, Ethan now will actually say more than 3 words to me. I haven't yet got a full sentence. He is incredibly shy.
He is, bless him.
And I think in the workplace, he'll either break or he will make his way and he will break down the barriers and start speaking with other people.
Yeah, I think he's very much, you know, he's one of these souls who's quite happy with his own company, which I have to confess I can be just like that anyway, so I have no qualms about that. But I will give him his due, you know, particularly at the moment. He's had some exams that he's had to sit at the beginning of the second semester, and he's had to get out of the house extremely early. And I mean, even earlier than I go to work. He's actually... give him his due. He's got up, he's got on with it. He's doing stuff that maybe 6 to 8 months ago he probably wouldn't have done. So I am extremely proud of him in that respect. So he has got a more talkative side, I can assure you. You just have to get him on the right subject. But it wouldn't be a subject that you and I would want to talk about, Michelle. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I imagine
Be a bit too techie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so what else is ahead for you?
There's no major plans, I have to admit, for this year. I mean, we have a little evening out planned, do we not, in a few weeks' time?
We do. Best Bib and Tucker.
Yeah, we have a lovely lady by the name of Scarlett Daggers we go and see for her amazing burlesque show. So I'm sure we'll have a few of those to see throughout the year, which are always a good night out. I'm looking forward to finally seeing Coco sometime in the next few days. Fingers crossed. Blooming having to wait for it since November, I don't know. I'm also looking forward to the new Han Solo movie coming out, talking about movies. I'm quite intrigued by that. I know it may not sit well with all Star Wars fans, but I am looking forward to a bit of a Star Wars fix. Mm. Also, talking on Star Wars, Simon and I are donning our Mandalorian gear again this year at Legoland down in Windsor in the UK. So they do a Star Wars weekend, which is centred around our our May Day bank holiday, sorry. So they have a load of costuming groups go in. So we're down there with Mandalorian Mercs. We're also part of a new costuming group as well now called Joker Squad. So we shall be hanging out with those guys. We've got another little troupe hopefully coming up with them in April. We want to get a few more with them, and we're hoping to get some more ties with both Nottinghamshire and Derbyshire Hospital Trusts, because we were very fortunate to go and do some trooping at the Children's Christmas Party in Nottingham and a fundraiser as well last summer. So we'd like to get out there and do a few more charity-based troops so we can spread the love of Star Wars and raise some money for some very worthy causes at the same time. But that's kind of about it for me, really, Cheryl, because I've not got any vacations booked, and I'm not really likely to, unfortunately, unless I get a little windfall. Then that might change. But I'm guessing you've got big things to look forward to.
Big things and little things, really.
Mm-hmm.
I know over the last few weeks I've probably not been as active on the social media side and podcasting side as I have been, especially since I came back from California. I've had a lot of personal things going on, which I'm not going to go into at the moment because of reasons that will become clear when I will share it eventually, but just not at the moment. So a lot of things personally going on that have put a lot of pressure on me and the family, and that's really sort of brought things home to me about what is important and what I as a person rely on to make and help me get through stressful times. And I've found that the more stressful things I've got, the more into the Disney side of things I am getting, because it is that one thing that I know will relieve me of stress, that will make me go to my happy place. It's pure escapism, whether it's just putting on a movie. I got some of the calf kits and slip-on shoes with Mickey and Minnie on both feet from the sale, and just wearing them around the house and sat at the laptop doing all my schoolwork has just brought a massive smile to my face, so little things. Now I'm virtually round about my target weight.
Yay, well done you.
Thank you.
Looking amazing.
Thank you for the support. I was so giddy earlier in the week. I went to Superdry and I was trying on some new clothes, and they had a massive sale on, and I thought I'm going to buy myself a couple of outfits for work, and I was able to pick up a skirt, and I went for the large.
Why?
Literally fell off me. Then the medium,
surprised.
far too big, and then I ended up getting an extra small in one of them, and I'm like,
wow,
I'm an extra small at Superdry. That's like saying I'm a size 0. It's like tiny clothes. I'm so proud of myself for the sacrifices and
I'd say you should be.
the hard work. And people think, oh, it's just about reducing your food. It's not. Some nights when it's so dark and cold and I can't get out and do my exercise, I literally run up and down stairs for 30 minutes or I run on the spot watching the TV just to get the exercise in, just to get the 10,000 plus steps. Although, on a side, I have started knitting myself a scarf, and I've realised my iWatch counts every time I click my needles together as a step. So one night the other day I got to 16,000 steps, and I thought, hang on a minute, it was 12,000 when I sat down, and then the penny dropped that knitting actually counts as exercise. So fantastic.
I think that's cheating, Michelle.
No. I believe in the watch. All power to the apple. All power to the apple. So, so my big thing and focus for the year is to maintain the weight and do lots more exercise. I've started walking with a local group and doing that sort of thing. Obviously always looking to expand my Disney wardrobe, and I've got a wonderful array of people who like sending me links when a particular store has sales.
Right.
Yeah, and then obviously I've got the big holiday in August, and sacrifices are being made. I'm not going to be going to the cinema to see Coco because it's one of those decisions I cannot afford to. Because if I want to do Disney, I cannot have a social life till August. The one thing I've booked is to go with yourself to the burlesque.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. I'm cutting back on going out for my little hot beverages from Starbucks even.
Well, it does sound daft, but I know the other year when Sam and I had to kind of pull in the old purse strings and we looked at how much we were spending on daft things like nipping into ye old Starbucks, and you go, ooh, actually, if we just didn't do that every weekend, look how much you would save. I know it sounds silly, but it can make all the difference.
Although English people, come closer.
Mm-hmm.
Americans, I'm sorry, this won't apply to you, but Costa Coffee, if you are with someone getting a coffee, the baby chino, which is the steamed milk, is free.
Yay!
I'm a cheap date now. You can take me for coffee and it doesn't cost you a penny.
I'll remember that next time I see you, love.
Anyway, so that's basically my year ahead. It's plodding through, getting my way through to the summer, and then having the Amazeballs holiday.
Yay.
We'll take it from there. So let's move on, and we've got a few bits and pieces that we're gonna have a chatty show, I think, today,
okay.
Jane.
Yeah.
A chatty show, and the first chat is going to be about the attraction competition. Nobody guessed the attraction that I rode the most.
Did they not?
No, it was a close deal, but it was basically Space Mountain.
Yeah. See, I would have probably picked that, to be fair, because I know what you like about Space Mountain. So
you see, I do love the Disneyland version. I really, really do. And it doesn't really matter as much where you are on the ride vehicle because it is just amazing.
Yeah.
It was close. It's a Small World was one behind it. And surprisingly, I didn't go on Snow White as much as I anticipated.
You see, I would have taken the number of times it went on Small World and the number of times that you went on Space Mountain and just added that onto the Small World, if it had been me. But then we all know that Jayne's a big scaredy cat when it comes to roller coasters, so that's no surprise, really, is it?
True. Anyway, so Christine Spurlock, her prize is on her way to her, so hope you enjoy it. Hope it arrives very, very quickly. Let's move on. And I know we don't normally talk news, but this is sort of like things that have caught my attention, and I really want to discuss it with you, Jane, because there's a few places in Epcot that Jane and I hover to. Right. We hear our names being called from the counter. It's like, Jane, Michelle, come closer. These calories don't count.
I'm going to say I've got a sneaky feeling this is going to involve food.
Yeah, Kringler Baccarat Oak Cafe.
Yes, what's cracking off?
What's your favourite item?
Can't believe you're actually asking that question.
Is it school bread?
Would it be school bread? Of course.
I knew. I also like the rice cream as well. That's very refreshing on a hot day. It's going in for a refurb, Jayne.
For how long?
Well, it's a bit vague. They're sort of saying summer. So to us Brits, summer starts when the kiddie winkles break up from school end of July. Yeah. To Americans, it could be May.
So we're basically talking a window from about the end of April to about the end of August then?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does this mean no more or temporary no more school bread?
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
Okay.
The school bread will be available at a brand new pop-up little kiosk called Midnight Sol Bakery.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cute then, actually. Yeah. So you're not gonna miss out on the offerings. You're just gonna have a little pop-up venue. That's a nice way of doing it.
Can you imagine how many guests would have gone and complained they couldn't get the school bread?
Yes, there could have been a mutiny on our hands, could there not?
Yeah, but we all know that Kringler Baccarat is so tiny. It's minuscule, and the outside seating area is dark, it's dismal, it's not great. So what's going to happen is they're going to refurb the area, it's going to be extended, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be brighter, and you'll be able to enjoy your Norwegian feast in comfort.
Oh, I look forward to that, to see how they do that.
Yeah, and while we're talking about food, we've had rose gold iPhones that started the trend of rose golds.
Oh, yeah, go on.
So Disney got onto it and they made the rose gold ears.
Yeah.
They literally sold like hotcakes.
Yeah, I don't see the fascination personally, but carry on.
Yeah, and then they had the rose gold spirit jumpers.
Yes.
Again, you put them out on the shelf, they get sold and put on eBay for extortionate amounts of money. Yes,
this is annoying, yeah.
Yeah. The last week over at the Land Pavilion saw the arrival of the rose gold themed cupcake.
Well, I'm not going to put them on eBay because they won't last for long, will they?
I don't know, I might just Google and see rose gold cupcake.
Well, I suppose if you froze it, you could have a frozen gold cupcake, couldn't you?
Jane, we've just moved away from Norway. Let it go.
Ha 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 ha.
Looking at these cupcakes, they do look visually stunning, you know. But apart from getting a diabetic coma because of all the buttercream overload that's on it, it's a vanilla chocolate marbled cake with vanilla coloured buttercream. I think personally, it's a little bit of style over substance. I'd rather have something from, you know, something with a bit more oomph to it rather than, oh, it's pretty. And then you eat it, you don't get any benefit, really.
No, it's a pretty standard cupcake with a pretty standard buttercream. And my feelings on cupcakes, I always think they look amazing, but I'm then normally disappointed because it's just normally just too much buttercream for my personal taste. But hey.
And we all know that my favourite one is the Butterfinger cupcake anyway from Star in Rolls.
Yeah.
Which is now defunct, and you've got to get it from Sweet Spells. That's at the Land Pavilion for those of you in Walt Disney World who want to go check it out, try one, and send us your picture. Very welcome to do so. Now, we've talked about this attraction before in Tomorrowland, and you know that Katy Perry song, You're Hot Then You're Cold?
Yes.
Well, this attraction is you're open, you're not, you're open, you're not, you're open, you're not. Because it's the one attraction that will not die.
Oh, I don't know why.
You know, it's had more reopenings than Captain EO ever had. It's ridiculous. What is happening with Stitch's Great Escape?
I know. I mean, out of all the iconic ones, you know, we've had ride closures before and people have gone up in arms about it, but this one just doesn't seem to want to go away. I can't comment. I've never done it. I've never wanted to be burped at. Call me mad. I don't know, but... And I love Stitch. I really do love Stitch. And I love, you know, Lilo and Stitch, the movies, and, you know, and I've got a Stitch tattoo and everything, but I just don't like the idea of this ride at all. Yeah. Sorry.
I did it for the sense of being able to turn around and say, look, if I'm going to criticise it, it's because I've done it and it's rubbish. I've done it and it's rubbish.
There you go. That's good enough for me.
Yeah. I think people are protesting now because they keep on opening it up again. But... it would be nice to see Stitch having something in Tomorrowland or in the theme parks that is a better experience, because he's such a popular character and I think this doesn't do him justice. No,
I would in total agreement, Michelle. I think there's plenty of things that you could do with him. You know, he is a lovely character. I mean, I know in Japanese parks particularly, he's really well represented out there. But don't dismiss Stitch. We love Stitch, but just get him something better.
Now, I have got some sad news, and I don't know if you've seen this, Jayne.
Right, what's this?
There are rumours that the Talkin Mickey at Town Square Theatre is going away.
Why?
The rumours are saying it's to do with technical difficulties.
Oh, right, okay.
I love being able to go and see Talkin Mickey. I think it is fabulous that you're able to do that. Every time I've been, it's been a different experience I've had. And I once said, you know, my son's just got his school exams. Can Mickey give him a message? And I videoed it and it was brilliant. Okay, yeah. It wasn't totally personalised, but it was good enough for Kieran.
Yes, yeah. But just the novelty factor, isn't it, of him speaking? I mean, that would be a shame.
Let's just hope it's a false rumour. Fingers crossed, Jayne.
Well, I'm with you with that one, Michelle. Yeah, definitely.
So let's pop over now to Disneyland.
Okay.
I've been looking at Disneyland's Main Street USA, and it is basically Construction Wall City. They've decided that it's about time that the trolley tracks are going to be pulled up and replaced.
Oh, right. That's a big exercise, I would imagine, then.
Yeah, so if you can imagine, there's construction walls down either side of the tracks.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Main Street is not a pretty sight, and I can imagine as you're leaving the park, it is incredibly difficult. But progress is progress. They are talking about having the track sort of like kept for posterity, the bits that they're not able to reutilise, so that sounds nice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for that. And while we're talking about Disneyland, this is a bit of a Michelle gripe.
Okay.
I don't think I mentioned it on my trip report, but I want to clarify something for everybody who's ever been to Disneyland and bought the English toffee.
Okay.
Now, you can either buy it in the little fridge counter and it's a little square, or you can buy holiday packs and they're like 10 centimetre sticks of a crisp toffee dipped in chocolate and then coated in chopped nuts.
Right.
absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
I think it's seasonal. They only tend to have it out sort of Christmassy time. It is downright gorgeous. Seriously, I brought a bag home with me and it was the first thing that disappeared in no time. However, this is not English toffee.
Right.
English toffee sticks to your teeth. Am I right, Jayne?
Yeah, English toffee is chewy. Even if it's a little bit hard on the outside, it goes chewy.
Yeah. You do not buy toffee in England unless you've got a good dentist. Because boy oh boy, it's renowned for bringing out fillings.
Yeah, I always remember used to having a little toffee hammer back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm going to show my age.
Harrogate toffee.
Yeah, you used to get like little trays, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then, I remember going into sweet shops when I was a lot younger than I am now, and it being for sale, and they'd actually have a hammer and they'd break it up for you before you bought it.
Yeah.
And you used to buy it in quarters and things like that.
Yeah.
So I'm showing my age now.
And it was a great way of keeping the kids quiet because you'd give them toffee and it'd stick to the teeth so they couldn't speak for days.
Yeah. And bonfire toffee as well.
Oh, yeah. So I just wanted to get that gripe out. That English toffee is not the toffee that you get in Disneyland.
No, I've never heard it being that crisp, no.
Now, the next little item I'd like to just sort of briefly discuss. If you're listening with little people, you may just want to cover their ears for a few minutes because although we're not going to use any rudy-doody language, we might mention one or two words that they might say, Mummy, what does that mean?
I'm a bit nervous now. I don't know what on earth you're going to say next, Michelle.
Well, I'd like to talk about Paradise Pier.
Okay.
Screaming is going to be rethemed to the Incredicoaster.
Yes.
Which is opening this summer.
Yes.
There's going to be an inside-out attraction, which is coming later on.
Okay.
Mickey's Fun Wheel's been revamped.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel's Grotto and the Cove Bar have closed for a new lounge and grill area to be built.
Mm.
And to sort of promote the new area, there's been a new logo being bandied about, Jayne.
Oh, I've not seen this.
Oh, darling, hang on. It's coming your way.
Right.
I'm just going to text you it right now.
Oh, okay. By the power of modern technology.
Power of modern technology. It's coming across now. So, while you're getting the text message, I knew Jayne wouldn't have seen it because it's not really been splashed a lot over social media, just a teeny bit.
Right.
So this image has had a lukewarm reception, shall we say. And I was having a little chat with my good friend Thomas Allison about it, and I said, well, it's brilliant. It's everything Pixar. It's got the two P's for the name of the Paradise Pier or the Pixar place.
Yeah.
It's got the Pixar ball. It's got like the background which you can see in Toy Story Midway Mania.
Yeah.
I think it's visually stunning. It even looks like it's a bit of a heart.
That's what I'm looking at, yeah.
Okay, Jayne, now you've got the image on your phone.
I have, yes.
Turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Does it look like anything else now?
I'm not seeing. Oh my God, I don't know now. I'm probably looking. I don't say it. I'm looking too intently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this, to be honest, is a cultural difference between us English people and a certain American subset of people, because my friend Thomas Allison said, well, a lot of people are saying on social media it resembles, shall we just say, a piece of person's anatomy.
Well, I wondered if that was the way you were going to go with it, but I thought surely not.
Well, that's what's been rumoured on social media, and that's what Tommy said to me. Now, in our defence in this country, and I don't want to get too graphic, but there is a certain procedure that happens to men when they are younger that isn't very common in this country.
True.
That might warp our view of the image.
Quite possibly, yes.
Because what we have in our mind when it could be a man's yes,
Yes.
is slightly different to that.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying before we get ourselves into trouble.
But I would say, who's looking at it upside down?
I don't know. Maybe someone did a handstand in the theme park, Jayne, where the poster was. I don't know. But you know what people are like on social media?
Oh, they need to get their heads out the gutter. That's what they need to do.
I just think it's pretty.
Yeah, I quite liked it. The two peas and heart, I thought it was lovely.
Yeah. And now, whenever you look at it, I've spoilt it for you, haven't I?
All I can see is what my mind will let me see.
Yay! Okay, let's quickly move on then, away from that. Right, little kiddie winkles, remove your ear coverings. You see, I didn't go too bad with that. It could have been worse.
It could have been much worse, yes.
The World of Disney stores in Disney Springs and Downtown Disney is going to be having a stage refurbishment from mid-February.
Okay, right.
They're going to sort of modernise the store.
Oh, right.
Shall we just say about time?
Yeah, it's been like that for an awfully long while, as far as I can remember.
I'm hoping they're going to get rid of the spitting Stitch. Not because I don't like Stitch, I don't like being spat upon.
Honestly, I think that's funny.
Well, it is funny if you remember it's there.
Well, yeah, but I'm not bothered about I like watching other people get caught out by it.
Well, true. It is hysterical watching other people who don't know it's there.
Yeah. That's just, I know that's a bit evil and mean, but, hey-ho.
Okay, while we're having a moan about social media, over in Disneyland Paris, Phantom Manor has closed for its big summer-long refurbishment, and Disney decided to do something really nice. So they put on social media a little phrase, and if you said this to a cast member on the last day, you got a little button with Phantom Manor on.
Right.
I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, I did as well.
Well, in true eBay scalper style, these were being sold on eBay.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, no, I'm not kidding you.
That's just downright mean, isn't it?
I appreciate sometimes that people can do this. And I can understand a minimal cost, to sort of cover your expenses.
Yeah.
They were being sold for £45. £45 for a free badge, which is about $60.
That's a little bit mean, isn't it?
I think that is downright disgusting. I'm not happy.
No.
But while we're talking about DLP...
Okay.
Have you seen anything about fan days?
Only little bits. I've not seen an awful lot about it, to be fair. I know Oswald's mentioned.
Oh, well, I've got the down low on this because our friend Mark Peter has booked one of the exclusive packages.
Oh, okay, right.
So I had a chat with him the other night to get my head around it, and basically the inaugural and the big event is on the 2nd of June.
Right.
Your basic package involves characters. Characters are the big thing for this. So you're going to be able to meet rare characters such as Sully, Boo, George Sanderson and Needleman from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
You're going to have Shelley May, Quasimodo, Esmeralda. In fact, there's a list of about 50 characters.
Nice.
It's all going to be kicking off in Walt Disney Studios, where there's going to be a heroes and villains alley, where about 16 of the baddest baddies, such as Hercules and Hades, are going to hang out for photo ops. There's going to be a one night only DuckTales parade with Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey and Louie, and Launchpad McQuack.
Right.
With about 40 other performers. There's going to be a DJ dance party. Massive highlight is going to be Max Live, which is going to have lots of characters and music. And then there's going to be a farewell street party with around 80 Disney characters ending the night with a grand parade.
Ooh, sounds cool.
Oh, it gets better. Your pack entry doubles as a raffle ticket and you could win a night in the Sleeping Beauty suite of the Disneyland Hotel. Of course, there'll be treats and exclusive souvenirs to buy.
Obviously.
They are encouraging guests to bound, but not wear replica outfits.
Yeah. Fair
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
And you can also purchase tickets for a special set of conferences with the creators behind the park held in the Animagique Theatre.
Oh, that'd be interesting, yeah.
Now, at the moment, this all went for sale on the 15th of January in packages.
Okay.
That's your basic entry. So you could just go online or ring up Disney and book a package and you'd get all of that, which would include your park entry and a hotel stay.
Right.
There's some exclusive ones. Some of them are character-based and some of them are food-based.
Right.
So this is the one that Mark has booked to go on. He's going to have a private meet and greet with Mickey and Minnie, a 2-night stay at the Santa Fe, a private meet and greet with Oswald and Hortensia, brunch at the Disneyland Hotel, and that's that really expensive brunch, which is about €70. Is going to have the opportunity to go to the pre-parade meet area where this massive, the 80 character cavalcade, you'll get to play with the characters. before the parade.
Okay.
It was limited to 16 people, this experience.
That's not many, yeah.
That's not many. And you get everything I've said beforehand. What would you pay per person for that?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're talking euros?
No, I've got it in pounds.
Oh, crikey.
I've got it in pounds, but I'll translate it for our lovely American friends in a few moments as well.
So 2 nights, was it? Santa Fe?
Yeah.
So not an upmarket hotel at all then? Budget hotel?
Well, it is, but all the packages started from the Santa Fe upwards, and you could pay more money, but when you know the price, you'll understand why.
Right. Oh, God, blimey. Oh, we're talking per person here, aren't we?
We are indeed.
You see, Disneyland Paris is really difficult because sometimes what they charge is not always what you'd expect. Do you know what I mean? Because we've said this lots of times about, you know, their annual pass and everything like that they don't seem to take advantage, that's going to come out wrong, as much as, say, some of the American parks would do over these special events. For 2 nights. No transport, is it? So it's just the hotel.
No transport, hotel, park entry, those special meet and greets, and being able to go backstage and play with the characters prior to that big character cavalcade parade, which is a massive biggie. If you are a character person... Yeah. Oh, what, 800 quid? 800 pounds? Oh, I was going to say quid, should I? 800 pounds? Not bad, 750 each.
Oh, right, okay.
And when you bear in mind that brunch at the Disneyland Hotel is $75... You know, that's about $975.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a good deal that he's got there.
Well, yeah, so I'd done a little bit of calculation, but not an overt amount of calculation, to be fair. I still think Disneyland Paris tend to undercharge, I suppose, what I'm trying to say, isn't it? In comparison, anyway, should I say, in comparison to the other parks, that they would appear to not get as much as they maybe could do. I don't know.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see who's going along in June to this event. If you are planning to go, please get in touch. We'd love for you to take some photos for us, to, you know, maybe appear on the podcast, maybe do a blog for us, anything about it. We'd love to hear from you. So please get in touch. Our email address is info@disneydreamgirls.com. You can tweet us at DisDreamGirls. That's DIS Dream Girls. You can also follow us along on our Facebook page by just searching for Disney Dream Girls, and get in touch with us in any of those manners if you want to comment about that or on anything else that we have featured on this week's show, because at the end of the day, you are the heart of our show. You are the things that keep us beating.
Yes, you are.
Please get in touch. Drop us an email, info@disneydreamgirls.com, or via Facebook, or even tweet it to us at DisDreamGirls. Right, well, we are going to put a pause on the show for the moment, because many moons ago we used to have the wonderful, the lovely Kieran with us, and he used to do some Kieran facts. I don't know if many of you remember them. Well, because I can't afford to go to the cinema anymore, he's now got a little part-time job, and he goes all the time. So he's been to see Thor Ragnarok, which I can't even say. It's Thor whatever its face. He's done a little review, and he'd like to share it with you, so over to you, Kieran.
Hi, this is Kieran, and I have a
Turn
Kieran
it
fact
off.
for you.
Phew. Sorry about that, folks. Don't know why that happened. Maybe the universe just wants to spite me for my past mistakes. Or maybe it's the result of me hijacking the podcast live. Anywho, welcome to the Disney Dream Guys podcast. Please be aware that this podcast is no longer the Disney Dream Girls, as you might be able to tell by my voice, I am in fact a man. Anyway, I am your host Kieran, and I have taken over the show to talk about what I love. Films. Today I'll be talking about the new Thor film, Thor Ragnarok, the newest addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I have watched the other Thor films quite a while ago, and from what I can remember, they were kind of boring. Not awful, but there really wasn't much in these films that I found personally interesting. One of my main issues with the films was that Thor's character was kind of bland and not really that likeable. Another issue I had was that the plots were a tad too far-fetched and overly complicated for my liking. However, unlike these other films, I actually quite enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. The worlds created within the film were creative, the synth-based soundtrack was amazing, the comedy was well done, and I was quite the fan of the change to Thor's character. Overall, I'm going to give this film 7 Space Hulks out of 10. Alright, now that I'm done, I might as well give Jayne and Michelle their show back. But should I though? I guess I might as well for now. I'll catch you later, pals. See ya.
Jayne, have you seen that film?
I haven't, no.
Oh, maybe we'll wait for it to come out on iTunes or Netflix where it's going to cost us very little money.
I think it's on a certain person in my household to buy list. That's all I shall say.
I wonder. Anyway, let's wrap up the show and we will be back next week. Next week's show, oh my word, my holiday buddy, my good friend Stephen Klamowska had the opportunity to tour Walt Disney's office.
Oh, yes.
And he's going to tell us everything. And when I say everything, Jay, I mean everything. Every single detail. The lot. You know, the guy recognises and notices everything. But when he was telling me things, it was like, oh, I never knew that. And, oh, fancy that. And it was really fascinating. So that will be on, I believe, next week. So listen out for that. But until we are here again, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.